problems and I still kept it 100. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. They ain't covering my cloth, they tugging it. Putting up numbers, 99 problems and I still kept it 100. Yeah, who don't play, 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 who don't play.
Music licensing reimagined.
Play, who don't play, 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 who don't play, 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 who don't. Long time coming, black on the bottom of my feet from running. Cataracts under my eyes from hustling. Going from buying to selling to customers. Run up the business, God is my witness. Sun up to sun up from Monday to Sunday. We maxing the limits. My mind running like Tom Cruise on an action movie. Moving the mission, they say that I'm tripping. I've been told I need a vacation. I'm finessing the visit.
Oh, what is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. These are my final thoughts for UFC 321. Taking one last look into the card. We're going to talk some betting. We're going to talk some Draftkings. And we'll talk a little bit about the weigh-ins. We did have 2 weight misses that happened late last night. I was up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and these guys and ladies were weighing in. We had 2 weight misses. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about. We did have one fight get canceled, which was the Kareem Abdul Al-Sawadi Mateusz Camilo fight, which I was really looking forward to. But still, 13 fights on the card. I think it's a very good card. Can't wait to break it all down. Before we get into, if you guys could like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you would be much appreciated. Trying to reach 30K by the end of the year. We are about 300 or so away. But yeah, I'm liking this card. I'm liking it. The only thing I don't like is that it is in Abu Dhabi. And Abu Dhabi, we've had some past shenanigans. And I guess that's the one thing I'm worried about. I mean, there's been too much shenanigans these last couple of weeks. Just way too much shenanigans. We've had, fights being stopped and then randomly restarted. We've had fighters get hit by cars. We've had fighters, fighting with broken hands. And Abu Dhabi is like, there's always shenanigans going on. So I'm kind of worried about what shenanigans we're possibly going to get into. It's like we see something new every week. But I am looking forward to this card. I am looking forward to these fights. I'm looking forward to these fights from a betting and Draftkings perspective as well. So, I say we get into the chat here. What is up, everybody? Good to see you here on a Friday evening. Hopefully you all are doing well. Haven't went live in a while. Been very busy with Contender Series. The last 10 weeks takes a lot of time. So kind of took off a couple of weeks of doing the live streams, but going to start bringing them back. And people have been asking about the Draftkings video and content. That'll be back soon as well. I was going to do it this week, but I ended up being behind once more this week because I actually had to go to the hospital Saturday or Sunday because Dan Miragliotta fucked me, and I had to go get tested for AIDS, and it was just a big process. And because Dan Miragliotta fucked me, and he fucked me hard on Saturday. So, but yeah, should be getting back to schedule, and the regular content should be getting back to schedule and earlier drops and all that good stuff, as long as I don't get fucked again. We got 4-ounce Sniper in the building saying Hamdy season. Yeah, this is a fight that Hamdy should win. I mean, there's no excuse losing to Chris Barnett. I mean, if he loses to Chris Barnett, I mean, that would be hilarious first and foremost, but it would be really disturbing to see Hamdy go out there and lose. We got Paku. What is up? We got Bets by Mikey. Good to see you. Saying yes, sir. Brett Hoffman saying, what is up, Big Brady? Hope we all make some money tomorrow. I hope so too. Like I said, hopefully there's no shenanigans. Hopefully the fights that should be stopped get stopped. Hopefully there's nothing fun, no funny business going on. I know there's been a lot of talk over the past week about, gambling and other sports and just crookedness and corruptness. There was a couple big arrests in the NBA. I want to see some arrests in the UFC. I want to see Dan Miragliotta's punk ass get arrested. That's what I want to see. I want to see Dan Miragliotta in some damn handcuffs for what he's been up to lately. Put up the picture of the building with all the ESPN people on it. What building are you talking about? But the picture of the building with all the ESPN people. What picture is that? We got VT Slime Gang. What's up? Got new bets. Yo, what's good? Do you stick to the same? I don't know, man. Big money. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Dixon saying, don't worry, Brady. No Azat brothers will be trying to smuggle in any potatoes. Yeah, that was wild. We got T-Car saying it was no lube. Look at that guy right there. He's a crooked, corrupt man. He's a very crooked, corrupt man. And I meant to do a video about Dan Miragliotta. So MMA Guru actually did a video on Dan Miragliotta. He went like 30 minutes just crapping on him. I thought it was hilarious because I had some of just similar things to say, and yeah, I should have made a video about it as well. But some of the things I wanted to say were probably not good to say on YouTube. I mean, man, I mean, it was bad. It was very bad. Get the how asses Hamdy tweet ready. Yeah, if you lose to Chris Barnett, I mean, that makes you the worst fighter on the roster. Rakic value at -110, or is the juice squeeze? We'll touch on it. A lot of monies came in on Rakic after the weigh-ins. We'll talk about the weigh-ins, but I mean, Rakic looked a lot bigger. I already leaned his way, but it's also very hard to trust Rakic because this dude hasn't won in 5 years. Brady shows some cheeks, and what? Brady shows? I don't show any cheeks. That's not correct. It's not correct at all. Barnett versus Hamdy would be fight of the night if the UFC made their win bonus a year free buffets at Golden Corral. Yeah, I think it is going to be fight of the night, man. I think it should be on the co-main event. I don't know what they're doing, putting it as the third fight of the night. Dumas arrested 15 times. Danny Merg arrested 0 times. Make it make sense? It makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. Big money Brady, let's get it. Let's bake this bread. Let's do it. Let's bake it. Let's put it in the oven. Let's cook it, and let's eat it. All right, let's get into the card, guys. We got Jacqueline Amorim going against Mizuki Inoue. Let me pull up the current odds here. We have Jacqueline Amorim sitting at -450. Mizuki Inoue sitting at +350. So this is actually a line that I thought could be even wider. We see money pouring in on Hamdy Abdelwahab. Hamdy is now -600. We see Azat Maksum, -500. And that's kind of crazy, right? We see Umar at -700. But, Amorim, she's only, -400, more -450. I feel like Amorim should be an even bigger favorite just with all the circumstances surrounding this fight. Mizuki Inoue, I just don't even think she's a real fighter anymore. Like, to me, if you're fighting one time since 2020, I mean, you're not a real fighter. You're not taking it serious. I mean, that's one fight in 5 years. Mizuki Inoue, she's been very inactive, to say the least. She used to be active. She used to fight a lot way back in the day, but not anymore. Like, what's she been up to? I know she's been battling a ton of injuries, a ton of surgeries, and this is one of those spots where I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Mizuki Inoue show up with not one knee sleeve, not 2 knee sleeves. It wouldn't shock me if we saw Mizuki Inoue show up with a record-setting 3 knee sleeves. She might double knee sleeve it, just with how much surgeries and how much wear and tear she has on her body at this point. So I'm worried about Mizuki Inoue. I wouldn't be surprised if she rolled out in a wheelchair. I'm not sure how she can even walk anymore after, suffering, like 4 different knee surgeries. So yeah, give me the fighter that's not going to roll out in a wheelchair, and that fighter is going to be Amorim. I think Amorim should be able to get takedowns. Mizuki Inoue's takedown defense has always been pretty bad, and then I think Amorim should, smash here. I think she can get a TKO. I think she can get a sub. I think she can get a dominant decision. I think it's a tough matchup for Mizuki Inoue. So give me Amorim. I parlayed Amorim with something that we'll talk about in a little bit. I like her as a parlay piece. It's not like her numbers completely blown out like Hamdy or Maksum. You can still get it at -400. So I threw it in a parlay. And in terms of like the method, it's like, I don't know. I could see her potentially getting a TKO, but Inoue's super tough. I could see her maybe getting a sub, but Inoue's very hard to sub. I could see a dominant decision. That's kind of where I lean, is like a dominant decision, but I think it's any method here for Amorim. And if you're Inoue, I don't know. It's a tough matchup for her. She's going to have to, I guess, hope that Amorim death gasses like she did in the Hughes fight. But if not, Amorim should roll here. So I like Amorim quite a bit. From a DraftKings perspective, you got 9,500 for Jacqueline Amorim, 6,700 for Inoue. I like Amorim 9,500. Takedowns, control time, ground and pound, possible finish. I think up top she's a solid option this week. And as far as Inoue, don't have a ton of interest because I think even if she wins, it's probably some kind of like miraculous come from behind type win where Amorim gasses. And I don't even think that's too likely. I think Amorim's cardio has looked a lot better since that Hughes fight. So, and yeah, give me Amorim. Amorim should get it done there. She got a cock. I wouldn't be surprised if she got a cock sleeve as well. I think she's going to walk out with multiple sleeves, cock sleeve, knee sleeves, arm sleeves. Very, very worried about Mizuki Inoue. 3 knee sleeves for the. I'm going to be laughing my ass off if Inoue walks out there with 3 knee sleeves, double knee sleeved up. Mizuki Inoue, I could see it. Mizuki gonna walk in there with walkers and an eye. Yeah, I mean, and then there was a picture circulating a couple weeks ago where, I mean, Mizuki Inoue apparently was wearing an eye patch. It's like, okay, she has no knees, she has no eyes. I mean, it's not looking good for Mizuki Inoue. Not looking good. Let's see. My mic is being very dumb. I need to get a new mic. Let's see. Mizuki with all the sleeves. Give me Amorim, second round submission. Great parlay piece. I like her as a parlay piece as well. Have you guys ever seen that SpongeBob episode? Amorim kind of reminds me of this character. Just all bandage up. I mean, she's bandaging like on her legs, on her arms. Got the eye patch. Like, she probably shouldn't be in the cage fighting like that, but really worried about Mizuki anyway. Mizuki had a nice butt. Mizuki had a nice butt. What? Did you say nice butt? There's no way I'm reading this right. Mizuki had a nice butt, though her knee might have recovered if she was doing glute. So you are talking about her butt. I didn't even look at her butt. I don't cap that into fights really, but to each their own. Pirates wear knee sleeve. She's going to be the second pirate in the UFC, right behind that one dude from France. Who's your most confident pick on the card? Definitely Umar, but he's a big favorite. Yeah. Got to fix the mic settings. There we go. Appreciate that. Yep. Okay, we got it now. Shawiwis. There you go. We need we need Brady to sing the sleeve. I don't have a sleeve song. I can maybe make one, but I don't know. But yeah, give me Amorim. Amorim should get it done. Up next, we got Azat Maksum going against Mitch Raposo. And like I said, my mic. Let me just... What is going on with my mic? There we go. I need a new mic. My kid keeps messing with the mic and effing it up. Stupid kids, man. Stupid kids. All right. Anyway, where were we? We got Mitch Raposo going against Azat Maksum. So like I was saying, the parlay boys are coming in. They're smashing Azat. They're smashing him from a betting perspective. Azat was minus 250 at open. He's now minus 550. Mitch Raposo is sitting at plus 400. And I like Maksum quite a bit. There is a lot of money coming in on him. But I mean, minus 550. It's getting a little bit crazy at this point just because this guy Maksum, although I think many people think that this guy does have some solid upside. I personally think he's easily a top 15 guy when he puts it all together. I think he has, top 10 upside potentially. This guy, he's well-rounded. He hits hard. He can grapple. I think he's a very good fighter, but I don't really think he's shown that yet. I don't think he's shown that he's, a legit contender in the flyweight division yet, right? He's went to 3 fights, 3 decisions. They were all very close. The Charles Johnson fight, very close fight that he lost. Tyson Nam fight, very close fight that he won. And then Tagir Ulanbekov, a very close fight that he lost as well. I will say he probably looked career best in that Tagir fight. He was a big dog. And I thought he actually won that fight against Tagir, which that would have been a phenomenal win. But they, of course, gave it to Tagir there. But yeah, I mean, this is a massive step down. I think this is by far Azat's easiest matchup to date. I mean, by a mile. I mean, you look at Charles Johnson, Tagir, and Tyson Nam. All those guys have elite anti-grappling. I mean, it's very hard to take down Charles Johnson and hold that guy down, right? It's impossible to submit Charles Johnson. Same thing with Tagir. It's very hard to take him down, control him. And Tyson Nam, although, an older fighter, Tyson Nam has some of the best takedown defense in the flyweight division. His takedown defense is like 90%. So I think this is a matchup where Maksum is going to be able to showcase his skills a little bit. And I think he's going to grapple. Like, if this fight's on the feet for 15 minutes, I can tell you right now, Maksum's not looking anywhere near minus 550 at all. Where Maksum's going to look minus 550 is if he goes out there and mixes in the wrestling, because the one time we did see Mitch Raposo taken down against Jake Hadley on the Contender Series, he got insta-tapped. Also in the Tough House, he was getting taken down multiple times by, Ludovit Shalinian, who's not great at all. So, yeah, I like Maksum here. I think Maksum sub is very live as well. From a DraftKings perspective, I don't mind Maksum at 9,200. There are some spots I like a little bit more. I like Amorim a little bit more. I like Aspen up there a little bit more. But, yeah, Maksum, he has grappling upside. I think he has some finish upside as well. I think Maksum is a fine play on DK this week. As far as Mitch Raposo, I'm fine with staying away from him. I don't know what really a Mitch Raposo win looks like. I mean, he has some power, but he doesn't throw his hands. Really doesn't throw anything at all. He doesn't wrestle. I kind of think a Mitch Raposo win's probably like a split robbery type win. So, yeah, I like Maksum quite a bit, but money's pouring in on him. We got Fluffy Hernandez in the building. Yo. What is up, Fluffy? Good to see you in here. Hopefully you are recovering, and hopefully we can see you in there sooner rather than later. Very upset that you weren't able to go out there and fight RDR. I mean, the things you would have done to RDR, we probably would have witnessed the first death in the UFC history if you would have fought RDR, but hopefully we see you in there soon. Salkilld for the kill. That's crazy. I was about to call him Raposo. Oh, more like Mitch Raposo. Am I right? I'm not a big fan of Raposo at all. Yeah, but Mitch Raposo grills a mean bratwurst. Okay, grilling bratwurst is not easy. You gotta, check it every so often, maybe flip it. I don't know. It doesn't seem like an easy job. So at least he can flip a bratwurst. But Brady F. Mary Kill, Jandaroba Dern, Barnett. Definitely marrying Dern, killing Barnett, and then going to F Jandaroba, and I'm gonna try to enjoy it. Right, I'm just not gonna look her in the eyes when I F her. But yeah, marry Dern, kill Barnett, and then F Jandaroba, I think is the responsible answer to that question. Okay, moving on to the people's main event. It is Hamdy Abdelwahab going against Chris Barnett. We got Hamdy. Money pouring in on Hamdy. Hamdy Abdelwahab is minus 600. Minus 600. Chris Barnett is plus 425. And I agree with the line movement. I mean, people are hating on Hamdy this week. I mean, it's weird. People used to suck Hamdy's dick, man. I mean, people would be all over the, oh, he's an Olympic wrestler. Oh, he's this. People used to suck this guy's dick. And now all of a sudden people are like, oh, he sucks. How could you, lay minus 500 on him here, minus 400 on him here? Well, because he's fighting Chris Barnett. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Hamdy. I'm probably one of the biggest Hamdy haters out there. I have always said this guy kind of stinks. But, I mean, he's getting by far the easiest possible matchup in the UFC. It's like, I don't know. Can you guys tell me an easier matchup in the heavyweight division than Chris Barnett? I can't find one. Let me look up these rankings. So I'm going to go to Tapology, go to these rankings, scroll all the way down. So Chris Barnett is ranked 40th in the world. Wow, that's actually crazy. Hamdy's ranked 45 on Tapology. So actually, Barnett is actually a higher ranked heavyweight on Tapology than Hamdy. Hamdy's at 45 on Tapology. Barnett is at 40. But yeah, kind of going through some of these names, it's like Sakai's been cut. Oh, it's a fan ranking. Oh, it's the fan ranking. That's why Barnett is ahead. Where are the real rankings at? I don't want the fan voted rankings. That's ridiculous. I don't know. Is this it? All right. I don't want the fan rank. Of course, they're going to rank Barnett up there. So in the actual rankings, they have Hamdy at 28, which is still kind of crazy. Sean Sheriff. Okay, maybe Sean Sheriff is an easier matchup. It'd have to be Sean Sheriff. Because I think even Lucas Bresky, could potentially beat Chris Barnett. I mean, Lucas Bresky has a win over Valter Walker. Yeah. I think the worst fighter in the heavyweight division currently has got to be Sean Sheriff. But the second worst is going to be Chris Barnett. So, I mean, this is a matchup that Hamdy should not only win, but win it pretty dominantly. You know, Chris Barnett, this guy's not a heavyweight. He's 5'9". He should be fighting in the bantamweight division. This guy's 39 years old. This guy's, you know, taking a lot of wear and tear. He's battling a lot of injuries. He's battling a lot of outside things, outside of the cage type things. His body's kind of failing him. His body's kind of giving up on him. We saw that in his last fight when he got, you know, injured on the intro. Like, how do you get injured in the intro, Chris Barnett? So, yeah, he's a great guy, but I don't think he likes getting hit. I don't think he likes getting leg kicked, and he's going to get hit, and I think he's going to get hit hard here in this matchup. And I think outside of a spinning wheel kick, Hamdy should get this done. So, I actually like the under. You know, Chris Barnett, this guy hasn't won 15 minutes in a very, very long time. I don't think at 39 years old, all of a sudden he will. I think the under at minus 140 is a very good look. But I also like the Hamdy by knockout, which best price that is currently sitting at plus 130. I think that's a good look as well. I think fight ends by knockout is also a look that I enjoy. And I think Hamdy should win this fight. From a betting perspective, or from a Draftkings perspective, it's Hamdy. I mean, maybe you throw a dart on Chris Barnett just in case he does get that spinning back kick. But, I mean, how likely is that? We saw it happen in the Valter fight. But how likely really is that? I don't know. So I like Hamdy. I don't mind him on DK. I do like some other spots like Aspinall, Amorim, and I think I even like Maksum a little bit more than Hamdy on DK, but I think Hamdy's fine. I think he should knock out Chris Barnett here. What do you guys like in this fight here? Jandaroman and Barnett should have a kid. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. I can't pick Barnett. I want him to win, but how do you put your prediction rate on the line like that? You just can't. You can't. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. What's up, Brady? Did you stop going live on Friday nights for a while? First time I've seen you in a few weeks. Yeah, I did. I was doing Contender Series the last 10 weeks, and I was going live on Tuesdays for the fight. It just didn't have a ton of free time, so I'm going to start bringing back some live streams Friday, Saturday, and all that good stuff. Don't underestimate the power of the spinning fat kick. Yeah, if it lands and it lands clean, you could go out there and see Barnett get a knockout, but I just don't know how likely that really is. I max bet Hamdy. That's I don't know about that. I mean, I think it hits, but it's kind of wild. Hamdy by sub plus 800. I mean, he could sub him just because Barnett's so bad, but I don't think Hamdy even knows how to spell sub. Maybe Barnett taps the strikes and they're able to sub. I don't know. Chris Barnett at bantamweight is hilarious. I mean, he should be fighting a he's 5'9". I mean, we see bantamweights that are 5'11". Barnett looked in shape he did look to be in career best shape. I agree. Why does your screen turn green when you talk about Jandaroba? It shouldn't. Which one is more powerful, the spinning fat kick or the spinning old kick? Definitely the spinning old kick. I mean, Muslim Salkilld definitely perfected that one. He has a ton of power. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, we got to move on to the next fight. We got Jose Delgado going against Nathaniel Wood. Yeah, I think it's a very fun fight here. I think there's two very sneaky fights on the prelim, in just terms of they're going to be just absolute bangers. The Nathaniel Wood, Jose Delgado fight, absolute banger. And also the Ludovit Klein, Mateusz Rebecki fight, absolute banger. So, and I think this one's going to be a banger too. So it's a fight where you can make very strong cases for both sides, right? With Delgado, you have the guy that's the more natural featherweight. This guy actually missed weight, which is super unfair to Nathaniel Wood, because Nathaniel Wood primarily fought his career at bantamweight. So Delgado not only is much bigger, but he actually missed weight as well. I don't think Delgado looked great on the scales, to be honest. I think in terms of everybody out of the card that weighed in, I thought Delgado probably looked the worst. But this guy's huge. I mean, 5'11", 73-inch reach. He's going to have a 5-inch height advantage over Nathaniel Wood. So, and I think that size might be able to, play a factor, or at least be able to have him dictate where this fight takes place. And I think this fight is primarily going to take place out on the feet. And both these guys are very good strikers. I mean, Nathaniel Wood's a very good striker. Tons of tools on the feet. He has a lot of power. He's hurt plenty of opponents in his career. And Jose Delgado has even more power. I mean, Jose Delgado hits like a truck. And we've seen Wood hurt. We've seen him rocked. We've seen him dropped in a ton of fights in the UFC. So I kind of think it's Delgado by knockout. But we've also seen Delgado hurt, and maybe Delgado didn't have the best camp. Maybe something's up with him. He didn't look too great on the scales, and Wood has some power. So I like violence here. I think the fight ends by knockout. It's pretty sneaky. It's plus 145, was plus 155, but plus 145 is because I see these guys swinging. I see these guys pulling out their dicks, swinging them, and seeing who falls first. And I think that person that falls first is probably Nathaniel Wood. I think it's a great fight from a DraftKings perspective. You got Delgado 8,500. I mean, this guy has a 100% finish rate. Like when he's winning fights, he's finishing them, and he's finishing them early more often than not. I think Delgado's a very intriguing option. And then you got Nathaniel Wood, who, you know, the more experienced fighter. He's fought the much better competition. He's very well-rounded, and he's very skilled. And he has sets a high pace, sets a very high pace. And I think it's going to be a high-pace type fight. So I think the winner of this fight has a very strong chance of finding his way onto the optimal lineup. I lean Delgado by KO, but I like that fight ends by KO a little bit more. It's not a bad number. Plus 145 there. But yeah, give me Delgado. I think this is going to be probably the second best fight on the prelims. I think the best fight is going to be that Klein Rebecki fight. That Klein Rebecki fight is going to be even more of a war than this one. If anyone is betting Wood, please close all your. Why? I mean, I don't think Wood's a horrible bet, but he also could go unconscious here. Delgado's a scary dude. I think there are some arguments to be made for Wood, but I also think he's going to get hit very, very hard, you know? What about the classic Wood decision, inside the distance, no action? You mean the finish only or the decision? The decision only for Wood? I don't mind the decision only for Wood. The finish only for Wood, I do not like. But the decision only for Wood, I do like, because Nathaniel Wood has won a lot of decisions, and Delgado's never won a decision. And Delgado's not the best minute winner by any means. Yeah, I got you. Decision only. I like it. Depending on the line. They have decision only at minus 185 on DK. So they're kind of all over it. Maybe you can get a better number on a different book. But I think it's fine. But I think this fight finishes, though. I think it probably pushes. Wouldn't finish or decision only minus 155 on Hard Rock and Bet Rivers. I think that's a fine bet. I like it. Check your comment above. I got you. Let's see. Sub rating in cash games. Do you like Delgado, Aspinall, Walker, or Almeida? Do you like Delgado, Aspinall, and Walker, or Almeida, Maksum, and Walker? So we got Walker there. So it's pretty much between Delgado and Aspinall or Almeida and Maksum. I think they're both fine, dude. I think they're both fine. I'd say, I think they're both really good. I'd say Almeida, Maksum, ever so slightly, but just because I'm a lot more confident in Maksum and Almeida than I am in Delgado. Like that Delgado fight, I wouldn't be shocked if Wood pulled off the upset. Nobody should be shocked if Wood pulled off the upset. But I think they're both fine. I think they're both solid. I think both have a ton of upside. I think the one on the top has more upside. I think the one on the bottom may be a little bit safer, I say. But I think they're both good. I would lean towards Almeida Maksum, though. Did I miss one here? If Wood wasn't good, this wouldn't be a great matchup. Give me Delgado second round KO. I think I'm picking KO too as well for us. I think we might be onto something. This is going to be just an absolute war. This should be called This is by the numbers. Holy fa. There you go. Appreciate you, man. Then I might have to fade Aspinall. Yeah, I mean, I personally don't have Aspinall on my cash lineup, but if you get him in there, it's fine. I think there's a ton of great options up top. Like, there's a lot of great options up top. Brady, what do you think of this parlay? I did Aspinall, Amorim, and Walker, all ITD. I like it all. We'll touch on the Aspinall fight. I really think Aspinall should smash this guy, but I'm getting weird vibes about the main event. It just almost seems too easy for him. But, yeah, I mean, I think all those are solid. Amorim, I can see like a dominant decision as well, but I don't mind it. All right, moving on to the next fight. We got Valter Walker going against Louis Sutherland. We got Valter Walker minus 380. Louis Sutherland is plus 315. And I want to pull something up for you guys. Pull pull something very important up for you guys. So did you guys see the weigh-ins today? This guy, by the way, can anybody in the chat speak Portuguese? Help me out. Can anybody speak Portuguese? But this guy, Valter Walker, showed up to the weigh-ins with a necklace of a foot. I've never seen anything like it. This guy showed up with a foot necklace, Valter Walker did. And then he goes on Instagram a couple hours later and posts this. And like I said, I don't speak Portuguese, but somebody that does hit me up. And basically, this is saying something along the lines of, if you like hookers, if you like alcohol, if you like gambling, bet your money on first round submission, something like that. I don't know Portuguese. I'm just going by what somebody told me, but this is basically saying something along the lines of, if you like all these things, hookers, alcohol, all that, you bet him by first round submission. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. I think that's what you got to do. I mean, that's what you got to do. I mean, it's happened 3 times. He's clearly going to go for it. I mean, if you wear a foot necklace to the weigh-ins and you don't get a heel hook, I mean, it's going to be a bad look. Like, why are you wearing a foot necklace? So I am almost certain he's going to go for it. The problem is we're not getting the best odds on the submission prop, but why should we get the best odds on it? I mean, it's happened 3 times in a row. Oh, here we go. We got somebody that speaks Portuguese in the chat. Gotta love it. He says, if you use drugs, are an alcoholic, or use money with hookers, take all that money and urgently bet on round 1 heel hook and be Walker rich with us. There you go. Love it. Love it, man. So I don't do drugs. I don't like alcohol, and I don't really like either of these things, but I do like making money. And I will be taking a shot, not on the round 1 heel hook, but I have a bet on Valter Walker early finish here. But that's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. So, yeah, I think Walker sub is plus money. I think we ride it. Walker round 1, round 2, Walker in the under 1.5, Walker sub 1, Walker sub 2. I think we just keep riding the wave. I mean, Louis Sutherland kind of stinks. I mean, I think a fight between Louis Sutherland and Chris Barnett would be probably a competitive fight. I think they're 2 of the worst heavyweights on the roster. I mean, they're giving Valter Walker a layup here in Louis Sutherland. So, yeah, Valter Walker early finish for me, preferably a heel hook. One thing that I found funny is on MGM, they typically have the exact sub. They have heel hook at plus 150, which is by far the worst line I've seen in history of betting any sport. I mean, a heel hook at plus 150 is ridiculous, but the funny thing is it probably hits, which is insane. So, yeah, give me Valter Walker here. I like Valter Walker on DK as well. This 9K range is stacked this week because Walker, he can wrestle. Walker, he can heel hook you. And I think that's what he does here in this matchup. Yeah, he's going to go for it. Let's see if he can get it. I think he will. If Aspinall doesn't snap that bum's arm like a twig, he needs to retire. Gone his ass. I think he should. I agree. I would tend to agree. Foot necklace by first round heel hook submission. Let's get it. He's calling for it. Aspinall versus Walker is more competitive than Gane versus Aspinall. Maybe, actually. I mean, that's crazy to say, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see how the fight plays out between Aspinall and Gane, though. Cash Bruno Silva and Jourdain ITD parlay last week, going with Valter and Tom, both by round 1 sub at plus 37.25. I like that. We got Elijah One in the building. What is up, Elijah One? Late, but we here. What's up? Good to see you. Brady, I think more UFC fighters should bring props like Walker. I love it. I like it too, man. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. We've never seen anything like that. I mean, that's something you'd see during Halloween. I know Halloween's coming up, but that's something you'd see somebody wearing for like a costume, like a foot necklace. That's crazy. He better get a heel hook. Shaking ass for that new Brady line. There you go. Shake it up. Just chilling, watching. Yeah, baseball's still going. World Series. My team's out. the Guardians. They lost, I think, in wild card weekend. But I don't even know who's still in the play. I don't even care about baseball anymore. But I think the Blue Jays are still going. I'm guessing that the Dodgers are still in, the Yankees, teams like that. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't watched a baseball game since 2013. I used to love baseball, but I haven't watched a game in a very long time. All right, I'm going to kind of fly through these next couple fights. I don't have a ton of interest in these next like 4 fights from a betting perspective. Ludovit, Klein, Mateusz, Rebecki. I think it's a tough fight to call. I think if, under normal circumstances, I think that Rebecki has a solid chance to, win this fight, mixing in the takedown, setting a hellacious pace, kind of like Nate Landwehr did. But, Rebecki's taken a lot of damage. This guy's completely busted up. I mean, I've never seen somebody get busted up as much as Rebecki's been busted up. And I just remember his fight against Chris Duncan, where both of his eyes were just swollen shut. I mean, this guy was all effed up. And I was actually shocked to see he was booked to fight again this year. It's like, why are you coming back 2 months later? I mean, this guy's face was just completely, I'll see if I can pull up a picture, but he just taken too much damage. And then he took the same amount of damage in the my titty back oral fight. His face was completely busted up. This guy's face was all left up, and you can't fight like that that can't happen every single time. It's just not good. It's just not smart to completely get your face swollen like he has been doing. So, yeah, it's bad. I don't think there's a picture of it. Let's see if I can go Google it. But it's so bad. So I don't know. I think it's actually going to probably go to decision. I think it's going to be one of those crazy wars that go the distance. Yeah, we'll see if I can bring it up here. I think it'll be one of those crazy wars that go the distance. I think it's going to be a close fight. I think it's going to come all the way down to the crooked, corrupt judges and who those pathetic judges think wins. So we think it's going to be a tough fight to score. I mean, look at his face. This was after I believe this was after one of his fights. You can't tell. It's like this was the Duncan fight. So this was the Duncan fight. Look at his face, man. I mean, that was 2 months ago. This was the my titty back fight. Oh my God, my titty back is hideous, man. I mean, his face. I'm surprised, the doctor didn't maybe step in and put an end to that. I mean, one of these fights, man. Mateusz Rebecki is going to lose via doctor stoppage. Maybe not this weekend, but in the very near future, you can't look like that. Look at that. Look at him. This was 2 months ago. It's ridiculous. So I don't know who wins this fight. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to come down to the crooked, corrupt judges. And I think it's going to be a decision, but I wouldn't bet an over, because the over would be the biggest sweat of your life. I mean, I think it's going to be a war. So yeah, fight of the night potential, a fight that I will not be having any money on. From a DraftKings perspective, I actually lean the Rebecki side, right? You're getting a $600 savings. I think he has all the wrestling upside. And yeah, I think Rebecki on DK is probably the way to go. So that's probably where I'm going to get my exposure. Rebecki on DK. There's not a ton of dogs I love this week, but Rebecki's one that certainly makes sense. We got Eric in the building. What is up, Eric? Good to see you in here. Appreciate you, my guy. Fluffy. Last year, I would be at the fraternity's big-ass Halloween party. Tonight, I am doing laundry while listening to my favorite MMA YouTubers, UFC 321 betting live stream at home alone. Yeah, I mean, I think both are pretty fun. Big Halloween parties are always fun, but also chilling at home. Listen to some content. I think that's fun as well. Who you got ready? John Aspinall or Tom Jones? I don't know, man. Give me Tom Jones. I hear Weezy talk about how Ludovit struggles with pressure. Yeah, he did in the Landwehr fight later in the fight. But I thought he looked great against Mason Jones, who tried that game plan. Yeah, I thought he looked good against Jones as well. But yeah, Landwehr kind of broke him. And I could see something like that potentially happening here. But I don't know. It's a tough fight to call. Too many people on Aspinall, something's fishy or rightfully. I mean, it should rightfully be an Aspinall win. But I don't know. Aspinall, I mean, it would be a very bad look if Aspinall did not beat this guy. Imagine, I don't want to imagine that one. Imagine Rebecki versus Topuria. Oh, I mean, his face would fall off. I mean, that would be just a brutal beatdown. Janaroba before the fight or Rebecki after the fight? Who's more handsome? I think that's a silly question, Mike, because I think people are being too rough on Verna. I mean, she's obviously very handsome. I don't know what you guys are looking at. She gives you a look, and that look will turn any man, any straight man on. That the look that she gives you. Imagine, yeah, bad. Brady, have you seen MMA Guru? Yeah, I brought it up. I brought it up earlier in the show. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I saw it. He posted it on Twitter. I had to go check it out. I loved every second of it. I loved the first part of the video too, where he was calling Dan some rightfully so. I mean, he was 100% correct in everything he was saying. I agreed with all. I agreed with it. I thought it was hilarious. Brady, asses and thighs or breast? Personally, I'm an ass and thighs guy. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Man of culture. Park 2, 3, 1200, 1900. What do you think? I think it's a solid sprinkle that makes sense. We'll touch on that fight right now. All right. Ikram Aliskerov going against Yong Park. So I think from a live bet standpoint, I think that's kind of where I'm going to look towards Yong Park after maybe the first round, because there's just question marks on the Ikram side, right? Like, we haven't seen him out of the first round in it's been years. It's been years since we've seen Ikram out of the first round. And Park's he's a veteran, right? He's a guy that's good everywhere. He can wrestle, he can grapple, he has good volume, he has good cardio, he has good durability. I mean, Park's just one of these guys that's decent. He's pretty decent everywhere. He's fought good competition. He's very experienced. He's been there. He's done that. He's went 15 minutes many times. And Park's nothing special, but I have always felt Park's one of these underrated guys that can give a lot of guys that really don't belong some problems. But Ikram's a very dangerous guy, especially early. We know that. We see that. But what happens if this fight gets extended? What happens if Ikram's not able to find the chin or find the sub in the first round and a half? I don't know. Maybe Ikram can go out there and fight 15 minutes, but we just don't know it. So what I'm going to do is maybe look to live bet Park. I'd be shocked if Ikram lost the first round. I'd be very, very shocked. There's no reason Ikram is going to lose. He really shouldn't lose the first round. But I think after the first round, you probably get either the same price on Park or an even better price potentially on Park. So I like Park as a potential live bet because he very well could get starched. I mean, this guy Ikram, he's shown he's very dangerous. He has a lot of power. We've seen Park knocked out before by Gregor Rodriguez. He got dropped by Tavares. So I think Ikram early makes sense. But if Ikram doesn't finish Park early, I think it's going to start to get very greasy. I think it's just going to turn into a very, very greasy type fight. So, yeah, Park potential live bet, nothing pre-flop for me. I mean, I could see this fight playing out in a numerous different ways. Aliskerov early, Park late, or I'm kind of just leaning at being a greasy decision. So, yeah, really want nothing to do with it from a betting perspective. Draftkings, I don't mind Park at 7,200. This guy's a really good Draftkings scorer. The amount of volume he throws, good cardio, good durability. If he doesn't get sparked in round one, I think Park can put up a solid score here. And as far as Ikram at 9K, he's not a bad play by any means. Like, if he wins, maybe he's finding the early finish. But I kind of feel like this fight does get extended, actually. So, yeah, we'll see what that live line is on Park going into the second or so round. I think Park is super live as well. Like, it almost feels like another trap where it's like, I think Park is very live, but maybe he just gets sparked. I don't know. But I'm going to be taking a hard look at Park on the live. I'm going to have my finger over the trigger of the live line. We'll see where it's at. The Iron Turtle, let's go. Yeah, we'll see if he can survive early and start to take over late like he's done, many a times. The Verna hate doesn't sit right with me. She's made the most out, or she's made it to the most elite MMA organization. Probably comes from the slums. She'd also beat y'all's out. Yeah, Verna's tough, man. I mean, you got to be tough looking like that. I like Verna a lot. I've always been a big fan of Verna. Ikram has never really lost. Hamzat and Whittaker fluked it. Oh, he will be champ soon. I don't know about that whole statement, to be honest. I mean, Whittaker knocked him out. Hamzat knocked him out. What I will say is I'd be kind of surprised that Park, knocked out Aliskerov, especially early, but we'll see. Yeah, Verna, in my opinion, Verna is very fine. Brady had to fade your Aliskerov pick, but I see where your head's at. Could go either way. Give me the Iron Turtle by Greasy Splitty City. I picked part 2, Daniel. I picked part 2, but don't have a ton of confidence, and I do like him live more than pre-flop. All right, next fight we got Quillan Salkilld going against Nasrat Haqparast. Another tough fight to call. I mean, this is kind of like the Klein Rebecki fight. I see this going the distance at a very high clip. I think both guys are durable. And I just don't like if Quillan had like a full camp and he wasn't coming all the way from Australia to Abu Dhabi, and if he wasn't fighting Nasrat, I mean the judges love this guy. If there's a close decision, which I kind of think this is going to be close, they're probably going to give it to Nasrat Haqparast. Quillan just got to Abu Dhabi not too long ago, like early in the week. I think like Sunday night. I don't love that long flight from Australia, but I also like a lot of things that Salkilld does. From a betting perspective, I think a pick'em's about right. I think this fight's going to look like a pick'em. I think the pick'em. I mean, I think they probably, if it's close, it probably goes to Haqparast. Is the worry I have. But from a DraftKings perspective, I really like Salkilld on DraftKings. 8,100. There's really only 2 guys in the UFC where I've seen go out there and attempt over 20 takedowns in multiple fights. One is Merab Dvalishvili, and the other one's Quillan Salkilld. Quillan Salkilld attempted over 20 takedowns in his Dana White's Contender Series fight, and Quillan Salkilld attempted over 20 takedowns in his last fight against Yanal Ashmos. That can't be ignored from a DraftKings perspective. If this guy Salkilld wins this fight, and we've seen against Ashmos, I mean, this guy put up like well over 100 points. Same thing with against the Joel Blee, got the 60-second bonus. Like if Salkilld wins this fight, he's going to be probably one of the highest scorers on the slate. So from a DraftKings perspective, I'm taking a lot of Salkilld, hopefully, or hoping he can go out there, get takedowns, maybe get a sub even, but just rack up a ton of, like, even in a loss, like Salkilld can put up a big score on DK. So from a DK perspective, I really like Salkilld. You just can't ignore somebody going out there and attempting 20 plus takedowns in a fight. Like, I mean, if Merab was at 8,100, you'd be all over it. And I think this guy could implement a similar style to Merab, just nonstop wrestling. He has good cardio type thing. So from a DraftKings perspective, I like Salkilld. From a betting perspective, I think a pick'em makes sense, and the fight's going to be close. Getting hit clean and having a bad striking defense is not a fluke. It's not. I don't think it's a fluke. Come on, I mean, it's not a fluke. Nasrat looks like Kelvin Gastelum's younger brother. Yeah, they look exactly identical. Exactly. And it's funny. On my prediction video, actually had Kelvin Gastelum's picture in place of, instead of Nasrat Haqparast's picture, and nobody caught on. Nobody caught on to it. No, I don't think anybody noticed it. I swear. I don't think anybody said one thing. I literally put Kelvin Gastelum's picture as Nasrat Haqparast's picture. I thought at least somebody would catch on, but I don't think anybody did, which is crazy. Salkilld is playable. I don't know about that, man. Like, if he doesn't finish Haqparast, I mean, it's probably gonna look close, right? My entire night is up to Amorim to get one takedown at plus 250. A lot of people are with you. A lot of people are with you there. Apparently some book, I forget which book it was, just completely messed up a line. And people jumped on. Yeah, this is Valter Walker's message. If you use drugs or an alcoholic or spend money on prostitution, take all that money and urgently bet on Valter Walker by KO in the first round. No, was it KO or sub? It's got to be sub, right? James, tell me it's sub. It better be sub. All right. Get into the next fight. We got Azat Mirzakhanov going against Aleksandar Rakic. So this was another pick'em fight up until recent. Rakic was actually a dog for a second. He was sitting here at plus 100 for a few days. And then once the weigh-ins happened and the ceremonials, and once these guys faced off, money poured in on Aleksandar Rakic. And the reason that is because these guys looked like they're in two completely different weight classes. I mean, Aleksandar Rakic was just towering over this guy. It looked like I think somebody's lying. I mean, there's no way that I mean, it looked like there's like 8 inches between. Let me see if I can pull up a picture. I mean, this is ridiculous. Look at this. That's crazy. I mean, it makes no sense. I kind of think somebody's lying about their height. And I kind of think the liar is Azat Mirzakhanov, because this guy's already been caught lying in the past. I mean, this guy Mirzakhanov, he claims he's 36 years old, when in reality he's actually in his 70s, maybe 80s. He's an 80-year-old man, and he says he's 5'10", 5'11", but I don't know. He kind of looks 5'8" here to me, maybe 5'9", and he's wearing a hat too. Like, once he takes that hat off, I mean, he's gonna look even smaller. Because hats, they add about an inch onto you. They certainly do. So, yeah, money's pouring in on Rakic now. He went from plus money to minus 125. And I think this picture had a lot to do with it. But it's a fight that I'm not touching. I don't trust Rakic. I think there's a lot of reasons to like Rakic, but at the end of the day, this guy hasn't won a fight in 5 years, and even then, he's just not a guy that really blows me away. So, I expect Rakic to, as long as he don't get knocked out, which maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but I think Rakic probably does the better work over the course of 15 minutes. But I think a pick'em probably makes sense between these two. But yeah, but Mirzakhanov just keeps on winning though, is the problem. So it wouldn't shock me if he just kept on winning, but I like Rakic ever so slightly. Walker said Botinha, which means heel hook. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, that's translation from ChatGPT. I don't speak Portuguese. Okay, good. Okay. Good. I need that sub. Need that sub. We got Muhammad in the building. What's up, Muhammad? Good to see you in here. Last time Rakic won a fight, I was in kindergarten. That's wild. I mean, that was 5 years. You were in kindergarten 5 years ago? That's crazy. That's insane. Mirzakhanov's a lock. KO round 1 or 2. Don't pay attention to the size, boys. I don't know. Does size matter? We'll have to find out on tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we'll find out. We got Uncle Weezy in the building with an oi. Let's get this money tomorrow. Brady, let's get it, Weezy. Let's get it. I think me and Weezy are lining up on quite a bit of spots this week. I know he likes Charlton. I like Charlton. I know he likes Dern. I like Dern. Nobody likes Amorim. I like Amorim. He's not betting on the Barnett and Hamdy fight, which I thought was very questionable. I mean, how are you not betting on Hamdy Abdelwahab versus Chris Barnett? But yeah, other than that, I like a lot of the spots. We got Haqparast saying, "Oi, what is up?" AJ Words with the oi. Do you have any parlays, brother? I do. I'll touch on that parlay shortly. No, it is not. What's the opposite of 1-800 gambler? That's what it is. You know, we should be betting on Hamdy Abdelwahab, Chris Barnett. We absolutely should be. Rakic will win easily if round 2 starts. And I looked at the Rakic, and you can actually do that same game parlay. Rakic to win and round 2 starts. Rakic late props are massive numbers, but I'm just going to stay away from this one. All right. We'll move on to the next fight. It is going to be Jailton Almeida going against Aleksandar Volkov. And I think there are 3 solid ways to play this fight from a betting perspective. Solid play number 1. I like the under 2.5 rounds. I like the fight won't start round 3. I have the under 2.5 rounds in the parlay with Jacqueline Amorim that came out to minus 128. I like that. So that's one way I like it. I like violence, striker versus grappler matchup, all that good stuff. The other way I like playing this one is Jailton round 1, round 2 is plus 140. I think if Jailton's winning, he's getting takedowns, he's getting them easy, he's getting into dominant positions, and he's finding a finish within the first round and a half, 2 rounds. But if you like the Volkov side, there was a line that caught my eye. It's Volkov to win in rounds 2 or 3 by KO is plus 650 on FanDuel. I think that's a kind of a crazy line. Like if Volkov's winning this fight, that's kind of how I imagine Volkov winning the fight. Jailton having success early, and then Volkov maybe taking over late, and that Volkov KO 2-3 I think is a great way to play it as well. But I'm on the Almeida side. Volkov's been taken down a million times, right? Got taken down a million times by Blades, was taken down and tapped out by Aspinall, and then the last straw was getting taken down multiple times by Ciryl Gane. I mean, if Gane's taking it down, I think we might have a problem. I think takedowns will come easy for Almeida. I think he will get into dominant positions. And I think Almeida has not only some of the best wrestling in the heavyweight division, but some of the best BJJ in the division as well. So I think Almeida makes it look, I don't want to say easy, but, wins early. And if not, I can see Volkov maybe finding a late finish, but I like Almeida early. I think it's a great fight to target on DraftKings, 8,800 for Almeida. I like takedown upside, early finish upside. I like it a lot. And then Volkov, Volkov's not a bad dog on DK. I think if he's winning this fight, it's by knockout, and don't mind his side either. But I'm primarily on the Jonathan side this week at 8,800, and I like Jonathan 1-2, and I like the under 2.5 rounds. Yes, 1-800. Yes, please sign me up. Sign me up. Does everyone agree Verna is the best play of 2025 unless it's rigged? No, actually. I actually like Dern quite a bit. A Volkov decision. I mean, maybe if Mergliana's in there, we could see a Volkov decision. That would actually really surprise me, a Volkov decision, because you can't win a decision off your back. Volkov decision is plus 600. I don't know. If Volkov's winning a decision, Almeida would have to really F this up. I mean, if Volkov's winning a decision, it would mean that Almeida just decided not to wrestle. I don't know. I don't know. I think if Volkov's winning, it's probably by knockout. Hamdy beats both these, so who cares? Oh, I don't know about that one. I also like Almeida pre. Yeah. Yep. Volkov, potential live bet opportunity, maybe if he survives the first round. I don't mind that either. All right, we got to keep moving on to the next fight. We got Umar Nurmagomedov going against Mario Bautista. Yeah, Umar should roll here. It should be Umar, however he wants. I think he gets it done. He's minus 700, minus 800. I don't love him on DK. I mean, he's super expensive, 9,600. I think there's much better options that are much cheaper. But, yeah, I think he wins. I think he could win by decision. I think he can win by knockout. I think he can win by submission. Mario Bautista has been finished in both of his losses, got knocked out by 5-star Trevin Jones, got submitted by Corey Sandhagen. And one thing I do want to mention is at the press conference, Umar asked about, or one of the questions was about a potential title shot for the winner of this fight. And Umar asked Dana, and Dana was basically like, show me something impressive, and we'll see. And Umar was like, okay, bet. So I think Umar's going to try to get the finish, and he should try to get the finish, because if he wants a title shot, he's got to go out there and not only beat Mario Bautista, but beat him pretty dominantly. So I think the Umar finish props are all very interesting. They have a ton of big plus money on them for a minus 700 favor. You typically don't see that. The market's saying Umar decision, and I can definitely see it. But at the end of the day, Bautista's never lost a decision, and Bautista has been finished both times. So, yeah, I think Umar is going to try to get a finish here. Fight doesn't go decision was plus 185. I like it. I mean, I think both these guys are going to try to get a finish. Both these guys want a title shot. I don't mind it at all. There's level to this game, and Saturday Mario will find out the hard way. Agreed. I think Umar is so much better than Mario. Who else is high as AF? Not me. That's true. You are not. That is very true. Very true. Yeah, I didn't know why Umar finish only was better than the money line and took it a little. Yeah, I like it. I like the Umar finish props. I like the Umar spread as well. Depending on the price, I like it. All right. A couple more minutes here. We got Mackenzie Dern going against Verna Jandiroba. Yeah, I like Dern here. I wish I would have taped it a little bit sooner. She was plus money. Would have loved me some Dern plus money. But even now, like minus 145, I like it. I think the fact that it's a 5-round fight heavily favors somebody like Mackenzie Dern is going to push a hellacious pace. We've seen Verna slow down in 3-round fights. I mean, that Hebos fight a couple of years ago was a horrible look where, Verna pretty much death gassed in that fight. And, Mackenzie's going to push a pace. Mackenzie's improved a lot since their first fight. Her striking is a lot better. She can wrestle now. And I think she's going to push a pace that Verna can't really keep up with. And I'm interested to see the game plan of Verna, because in their first fight, Verna was petrified to go to the ground with Dern. But I think she actually needs to go to the ground with Dern to win this fight. I think Verna needs to get takedowns, get control time. And if she does that, yes, she could win. I think Verna by decision, I saw a plus 370 or plus 380. I think it's a good way to attack Verna if you're on her side, but I like Dern. I think Dern could potentially break Verna down the stretch. Dern's actually probably my favorite DraftKings play on the board this week. at 8,600. I think she has the highest ceiling just with the amount of strikes, the amount of grappling I see in this fight, 25 minutes to work with. I like Dern quite a bit. I think she's light for a late finish. I think the Dern finish only is a great bet as well. And I think Dern gets it done here. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Dern's going to be the new strawweight champion. She's came a long way. So, yeah, I like Dern to get it done. If you like Verna by decision's a big number, though. Umar by TKO. I like it. I'm all in on the co-main event. I love the co-main event from a DraftKings perspective because it's like, I mean, if Dern's winning, I think she can literally be the highest scorer on the slate. But if Jandiroba's winning, I mean, kind of same thing, right? Like if Verna's winning, it means she's getting takedowns. It means she's getting control time, 25 minutes to work with. Yeah, I mean, if either one of these ladies win, I'd be shocked if it wasn't on the optimal lineup. So, yeah, I'm pretty much all in as much as I can get it of this fight. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it as a stack either. I didn't do it personally, but I don't mind this fight as a stack. I don't hate it. All right, time for the main event. We got Aspinall, Ciryl Gane, and my breakdown might last longer than this fight. No, I don't know. I mean, I think Aspinall should run through Gane. I mean, like this is a fight where Aspinall, there's no reason to if you're who you say you are, if you're who everyone thinks you are and who I think he is, I mean, he not only should be beating Gane, he should be beating Gane very easily, handling this guy very easily. But I don't know, this fight kind of sketches me out in a sense that, why was the under 1.5 plus money for a few days? Like, why was the under 1.5 in a Tom Aspinall fight plus money? I don't get that. You can get Aspinall to win in rounds 1 or rounds 2 at minus 110. Like, what sense does that make? This guy's whole UFC career has barely lasted like 15 minutes. Why are these Aspinall early finish props such good prices? Like, I don't know, but I think Aspinall wins. I think Aspinall wins in round 1 or round 2. I have a bet on Aspinall in the under 2.5 rounds. Same game parlay that came out to minus 134. I also like Aspinall round 1, round 2 at minus 110. I think if you're playing Aspinall, that's how you got to play him. If you're playing Gane, maybe the Gane late props, because if this fight does get extended, in theory, it would favor Gane, but we don't know. We haven't seen Aspinall out of the first round in a very, very long time, but I don't think we're really going to find out much here about Aspinall. I think Aspinall is going to take him down. I think he's probably going to tap him out. I'm kind of pissed, man. I mean, about these Aspinall sub props. So I'm going to monitor these sub props, but they had like round 2 sub at or round 1 sub at plus 1,000 at one point, round 2 sub at like plus 1,600. A lot of money's coming on these Aspinall sub props, and so I think I might have missed the boat, but I kind of think that's how he wins is early sub here. But they're getting smashed, so annoying. But yeah, I like Aspinall on this one. From a DraftKings perspective, Aspinall 9,400. I like as well. This 9K range is stacked. You can't go wrong with Amorim. You can't go wrong with Aspinall. You can't go wrong with Valter Walker. You can't go wrong with, Jacqueline. Really like the Azat Maksum as well. Really good 9K range. I think Aspinall is probably my first or second favorite option up in that 9K range. I like Amorim quite a bit, Aspinall quite a bit. As far as Ciryl Gane, I actually don't hate sprinkling some Ciryl Gane this week, because if this fight does get extended, we could see Aspinall slow down. So I'll definitely have some Ciryl Gane from a DraftKings perspective. But I think that's about it. What do you guys like in the main event here? Sub plus 275. Yeah, I like it. That's ridiculous, AJ. That's just ridiculous. Delgado and Walker can outscore Aspinall and DK. That's the thing. I can see a lot of people outscoring Aspinall, even though I think Aspinall is going to probably run through Gane in round 1 straight. Yeah. Yep. Kimura round 1. Gane got out-grappled by Francis Ngannou. Yeah, not good. Not good. My top 5 uber elite fighters are Prime Anderson Silva, Prime Bones Jones, Ilia Topuria, Tom Aspinall. I put him in that same company. I don't put Gane in that category. Me neither. I mean, if Aspinall loses to Ciryl Gane, I mean, it would just be a big disappointment. Volkov escaped to Kimura in round 1 versus Tom. Round 2, he couldn't get out of the straight arm lock. Yeah, I could see something like that happen here. A Tom Kimura, something like I can see a Tom Kimura. I wonder what the Kimura is for Aspinall. All right, there you have it. I'm gonna do a quick recap, and then we'll head out of here. In the main event, I think Aspinall should get it done and get it done very quickly. I like Dern. I like Dern to potentially break Verna down the stretch. I think a KO is sneaky here. Late KO props are very sneaky. I think Umar by finish is sneaky. He's a massive favorite. The finish prop is plus 2xx. Almeida, I think he's going to finish Volkov early. If not, he probably gets knocked out. I like the under a lot. Nothing on those 4 fights in a row. Valter Walker, early sub props. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Delgado Wood ends KO, I like. Hamdy by KO, I like. Ends KO under 2.5 in the Hamdy Barnett fight. Maksum Raposo, I think Maksum subs super live if he takes that path, which he should. And then Amorim, I think she smashes however which way she wants. That's about all I got for you guys. Thank you for hanging out here on a Friday. No stream tomorrow for the fights because they're starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, and that's really early, and I'll also have to be watching the kids. So wanted to come on here on Friday and go through the card one last time. My betting breakdown video will be dropping in about an hour. Just be on the lookout for that. And then I think that's about it. Best of luck, everybody. Land in side control, Bing Bang or Big Bang Bosch. Prime Jones is a roid sheet that ducked Ngannou and Aspinall. Guy's a bum. Good luck, everyone. I need Jonathan, Dern, Park, Walker, and Amorim all to win to have a massive day, and I hope you guys all kill tomorrow. Appreciate you, Uncle Weezy. Best of luck to you. Hopefully you get up in time to watch these fights, man. I mean, the fights are going to be kicking off at, what, 9 your time? You had to get up early. All right. There you guys have it. Best of luck, guys. We'll talk to you soon, and see you later.